we got this chapter and the next, and then I think this is going on the whip pile in that special way where I'm going to be like, oh, it's on the whip pile. I'm waiting for it to finish, and I have no intention of actually finishing it. Because, am I mad about the T-word stuff? Kinda. I think what really pisses me off is just the fact that no one called Anon valid. That's like 95% of what these people do. Especially Sage, who is explicitly, like, gay at the bare minimum. Like, come on! Come on! If you don't know the lingo, don't write the character. Or at least approximate the lingo, you know? Like, when people say you're valid, what they're trying to say is that whatever you are and whatever you're doing, it doesn't matter, because it's fine. As long as it works and fits, you know... So that's also good, it's a weird sense of deja vu. Because it's a beach, man. It's a liminal space when there's no one else around. There's nothing. The walk into all are things... What are you talking about? Such a weird statement. Like, it's trying desperately to give some sort of meaning to something that has none. It's because you're having weird nightmares about this place somehow. Totally uncrowded, because I think it's like past the season where... Actually, wouldn't that mean that there's like a season of humans who come by a place like this? You know, the dinosaurs are all indoors, so it's technically the off-season for them. Like, there's so little fucking poetry in these things, right? The fire itself is lit a bit low and need a firewood. The fire is dying. Just say the fire is dying. Say the fire is weak. Just use interesting descriptive text. Why are you describing the smoke lazily? Anon, you're currently extremely tense and high-sprung. Why do you describe things loose and lazily? And why are you saying, oh, it's a bit low? Like, come on, add that sense of, like, this matters. So now what? Well, the author is incapable of writing actual conflict and emotional resonance, so someone is just going to randomly break the silence. Like, this is why you have proactive characters, or characters that have motivations and desires and care about the situation, so that someone is going to do something. This is not a conversation they would have. They literally live next to a beach. Of course people make fucking scenic walks, Trish. You live here. I feel like this could work as like an awkward comment that doesn't work. And there's this friction between the lot of them because of it. But it's not, because the author is incapable of writing characters with emotions. There's so much emotional damage that they can't feel anything. Oh, did you forget about the Meteor? It's coming to blow up and kill everyone. Like, the weird thing is, right, is that the Meteor... The asteroid, the whole, like, end of the world business feels like it shouldn't belong in this story at all. And it never comes up. So this callback is a little weird. Like, I feel like the best way to do this is to have, like, a callback where Anon notices the thing, and then at the end of the story, it's like, ah, it must have been nothing, you know? I made a whole big deal about nothing. You know, like Anon keeps making a big deal about nothing! There was no problem. It was all in his head. God, that's actually a really good way to write that. The talking stick? Anna, you don't... Reed, you don't run a session online. You don't need a talking stick when you're in person. Also, I feel like a talking stick is something you can't really use in a game with that many people. You have to start swinging the spotlight yourself at that point. I feel like the big problem is that no one's really asking like what the actual problem is. I like how he says regular interests. You know, one of the biggest fucking franchises of video games in the world. I don't have regular interests. There are no massive shows and conventions being held in name of this franchise. Like, this motherfucker is going to be like, you know, I have very niche interests. I play Roblox. And it's like, dude! Could you be any more mainstream? Like, I wonder if that's part of it. Because when you think about it, Halo has a lot of angles to it, right? The toxic social angle online, the fact that it is a multiplayer game, you can play multiplayer, just the fact that it is a main franchise game, and Anon is implied to play the big ones. Not the weird spin-off things and everything. Like Halo War. Anyone here remember Halo Wars? You remember Halo Wars? I bet you don't. It was weep shit. I don't think anyone picked up on that. It's a photo cut. I don't. He's even gonna deny that it's something. Why is it even there, buddy? Shouldn't you have scrubbed everything like with bleach? Wow, this is terrible. None of this is addressing any of the actual interesting points about this whole topic. I know you're a nerd. That's not really the point here. Neither is that. You see, this is what I'm talking about. Why don't you enter with that? Why is that not the fucking entry? I don't push to watch it anymore. I mean, it is true that Fang seems very obsessed with that. I like Slice less personally. I'm in a band with them. The band's called Worm Drama. Again, I pointed this out last time. I could point that out again. Trish either has to be an alcoholic or one of her negative character traits makes her alcoholic and drunk enough for this to matter. You can't just make a character drunk to have him do something stupid. The drunkenness has to have a source, that it ties in everything else. Otherwise, you're just a lazy asshole. There are other ways to do this, to make it more emotionally, thematically resonant. Or at least feel less like you're copping out of writing a story. Like you're writing all this random ass bullshit and you can't even fucking write your own plot. But I'd like to remind you that when Trish says, man, this is really gay, she's saying that explicitly to the fact that she's, I think, petting Fang at that point. It's trying to blend two opposite worldviews, and it just can't. It's like water and oil, man. You know, if that chapter was better written, it could have been an actually decent chapter in terms of length and flow, but fucking hell, man. Jesus fucking Christ. One more chapter to go, and I can put this on the stack of I'm never reading this again, but I'm going to pretend that I will. Wink. I mean, this thing has been in the work for 2 years, mind you. Interesting comment is like, I like the pairing of Fang and Naomi. Interesting to pair Anon with Trish. Anon and Trish makes way too much sense. Because Trish is a big weenie, all things considered, a bit of a nerd. She's got interests that align with Anon's, like with her soft welding and stuff. Like, she's a technological interest that Anon could align with. You know, all the spurging out the two can have. Rosa could work because Rosa is a bit more of a straightforward kind of person. Sure, she's trans, but I feel like if Anon's overexposed, you might go, man, I could have a normal girlfriend? I guess? Am I? Is this a normal girlfriend or not? But no, we're going to do Fang Anon because that's the original ship, even though it doesn't work in this setting at all. Is that why everyone is so Snoot gamed? Because it's the only way to make fucking Fang Anon work? That's loser talk. That's quitter talk. Get out of my house. I don't want losers like you here. If you don't have a spine, I don't have the time.